Hello there. I'm the Canadian flag hanging in this American government building. Bit of an odd job, but someone's got to do it, you know. Welcome to the world of corporate countries where national pride is measured in stock options and territorial disputes are settled in boardrooms. It's like a giant game of Risk, but with more suits and fewer plastic armies.
Listen, kid, countries are just Fortune 500 companies with armies. And in this world, hostile takeovers are just war by another name.
Oh, I see. So it's like hockey, but with more paperwork and less ice? Gosh, I hope there's still room for Tim Hortons in this corporate world.
That's our protagonist, Maple. Naive as the newborn moose, but with a heart as pure as Canadian glacier water. And a workspace neater than a beaver's lodge.
Excuse me, eh? You look a bit turned around. Can I help you find your way?
Oh, thank heavens. I've been wandering these blasted corridors for hours. It's like a bloody maze in here.
No worries, it's a bit tricky, but I've got a system. Here, let me show you. Oh, and would you like a maple candy? They're straight from my family's farm. Sweeter than a Celine Dion love song, I promise.
See that? Kindness sweeter than maple syrup. That's the Canadian way, even in this Stars and Stripes madhouse. He's more helpful than a Mountie at a donut shop.
Folks, I've just read this tremendous report. Canada's syrup production is through the roof. It's a clear and present danger to our national security. They're drowning us in sweetness.
Sir, I'm not sure that's what the report...
We need to act fast. I say we acquire Canada in a corporate takeover. It'll be huge. The biggest deal in the history of deals, maybe ever. We'll corner the market on politeness and winter sports. Behold, the future of America. 50 states plus one very syrupy province. We'll call it Can-America. Or maybe Americanada. We'll let the focus groups decide.
Oh boy, looks like our Maple's in quite the pickle now, eh? Caught between his American job and his Canadian roots. What's a polite boy from the Great White North to do?
Oh geez, what would Ryan Reynolds do? Probably make a sarcastic comment and save the day with a smirk. But I'm just a simple syrup farmer's son. Looks like I'm in a real double trouble. Okay, Maple, time to out-bureaucrat the bureaucrats. For Canada, for poutine, for Celine Dion.
You can do it, eh? Show 'em what Canadian grit looks like.
Well, would you look at that? Our Maple's decided to take a stand. Or should I say, take a seat at his meticulously organized desk. Let's see how this polite rebellion unfolds, eh?
Hey, Maple. Nice. Leaf you've got there. Planning world domination via office supplies?
Oh no, just trying to save my home and native land from a corporate takeover. Wanna help, huh?
Sure, why not? Beats filing TPS reports. Plus, I've always wanted to visit Banff.
And so began the great Canadian-American alliance of 2023. Armed with staplers and a shared love for hockey, they set out to conquer paperwork.
Oops, eh? Butterfingers. Good thing I always carry emergency syrup.
And that's why the Speaker of the House of Commons must always face north when addressing the Sergeant-at-Arms on the third Tuesday of a month ending in Y.
You mean these weren't supposed to go under M for miscellaneous?
Would you look at that? They're running circles around these suits faster than a Zamboni on Red Bull.
You know, Maple, you're all right for a Canadian.
And you're not so bad yourself, huh? For an American?
Ah, nothing brings people together like gravy and cheese curds. It's practically international diplomacy in a bowl.
Forget the hostile takeover, we're going for a merger. It'll be like a corporate marriage, but I get to be the groom and the bride.
Oh no, he's changing tactics. This is worse than the time they tried to claim hockey was invented in Michigan.
Uh-oh, looks like our Maple's victory was sweeter than syrup, but shorter than a Canadian summer. Stay tuned, folks. This corporate kerfuffle is far from over, eh?
Make sure we get the good stuff. I want those mountains, all the maple syrup, and at least half the E's. This merger is going to be huge. We'll make America Canada again. Or Canada America, whatever. It'll be great.
Hello? Canadian Embassy? RCMP? Hockey Night in Canada? Anyone?
Poor Maple. He's more tied up than a Mounties horse at a Tim Hortons drive-thru.
You know, in America, we usually save the gift wrapping for Christmas.
Thanks, eh? We've got to stop this merger. It's more wrong than ketchup on poutine.
Maple Leaf McCannuck, you're under arrest for corporate espionage and excessive politeness.
What? But I was just trying to... Oh, geez. Oh no, my family's farm. They can't do this. It's just not cricket.
Hey, buddy. Why the long face? You look like you've just watched the Canucks lose in overtime.
I'm hallucinating. Stress-induced maple madness. It's real.
Pull yourself together, Hoser. You're Canadian. We've faced worse than this.
We have...
You betcha. Remember Terry Fox? The guy ran halfway across the country on one leg. If he can do that, you can save Canada from a corporate takeover.
Well, what do you know? Looks like our Maple's about to have a sweet epiphany. This could be more game-changing than the invention of the Caesar cocktail.
That's it. I've got a plan, eh? Time to show these hosers what Canadian ingenuity looks like. Mr. President, I challenge you to a hockey game. If Canada wins, the merger's off, eh?
Hockey? But I've never even seen ice that wasn't in a glass.
And there you have it, folks. Our Maple's gone from sap to syrup, ready to face off for the future of Canada. Will he score the goal of a lifetime or end up in the penalty box of defeat? Stay tuned.
Time to face off, hoser style. For Canada, for poutine, for the right to say sorry without legal implications. Did you know that according to Canadian law, all hostile takeovers must be approved by at least 3 moose and a beaver? And the beaver must be wearing a toque.
It's true. I have the paperwork right here, in triplicate, and notarized by a qualified hockey referee.
What in the name of Mar-a-Lago is a double-double? And why do I need to provide my Tim Hortons rewards number? This is more confusing than Kofef.
And just like that, Maple's plan was working better than a well-oiled Zamboni on fresh ice. The suits were more confused than a moose in a Tim Hortons drive-thru. Holy Zamboni. It's working. Our boy's plan is smoother than a freshly groomed curling sheep.
It's about time we stood up for ourselves, huh?
I hate to admit it, but this is actually pretty impressive. Go Canada, I guess.
Fine, keep your Canada. Who needs all that politeness and free healthcare anyway? Although, maybe we could discuss a maple syrup trade deal.
In true Canadian fashion, even the office supplies were working overtime to defend the Great White North. Who knew staplers could be so patriotic, eh?
You know, I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship, like Gretzky and the hockey puck.
Don't push it, Maple. But pass the gravy, will you? And maybe teach me more about this mysterious ketchup chip you keep mentioning.
Well, would you look at that? Maple did it. He saved Canada with nothing but office supplies, politeness, and an unhealthy amount of bureaucracy. If that's not Canadian ingenuity, I don't know what is. If you enjoyed this tale, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more videos.